If your entire refurb plan is buy, do up, hope, this video is the uncomfortable reality check you need. If you're thinking about doing a refurb, but you're stuck on how to finance it, how to cost it, and whether you'll actually make a profit, pause the scrolling for 10 seconds. Most people dive into refurbs the way they buy gym memberships, full of hope, zero plan. Then 6 months later, they're over budget, lenders have ghosted them, and they're renting out a building site. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step what a refurb really is in lender language, how lenders actually see your profit, how to cost it so you don't lie to yourself, and how to go from a plan to profitable exit without burning your cash. By the end, you'll know how to structure a refurb that makes financial sense, make lenders comfortable, and reduce risks, even if this is your first project. If that sounds useful, hit like so YouTube actually shows this to other people who shouldn't be buying refurbs yet, and let's get into it. Chapter 1, what actually counts as a refurb? So first question, what actually counts as a refurb? Because your answer and your lender's answer are usually not the same thing. You might think it's just a lick of paint and a new kitchen. The lender thinks, is this a light refurb, a heavy refurb, a disguised development project? Simple version, a refurbishment is you taking a tired or broken property and forcing value into it. You're not building from scratch, you're upgrading what's there. That can look like a new kitchen, a new bathroom, rewiring, replumbing, roof repairs, damp work, structural issues, reconfiguring rooms or adding a loft, small extension. Here's the important bit. Lenders don't care how pretty it looks on Rightmove. They care if the works you're doing increases the value more than the risk. That gap is your profit. So as we go, I want to keep one question in your head. If I was a lender, would this project look like a smart risk or like a headache in disguise? Chapter 2, your finance toolbox. Next, money. Refurbs die on finance before they die on plaster. Think of finance like a toolbox. You don't use a hammer for every job. You don't use the same funding for every refurb. You've got, number one, cash. Cheapest in theory because there's no interest, but it ties up all your capital. Great if you're rich, terrible if you want to scale. Number two, bridging loans. Now this is the workhorse for most UK refurbs and auctions. Short-term, fast, designed to get you from wreck to refinance or sale. You pay for speed and flexibility. Number three, refurb development loans. Now heavier projects, staged drawdowns tied to your work's schedule. Higher interest, more paperwork, but they'll fund structural stuff that normal lenders won't touch. Number four, commercial or buy-to-let mortgages. Longer term, cheaper money. Sometimes they'll include like refurb works, but not if the property's unmortgageable at purchase. Number five, joint ventures or equity partners. You bring the deal and the work, they bring the cash. You split profits instead of paying interest. That's not free, you're selling part of the upside. Here's why this matters. Not every lender will fund every type of work. Some are fine with internal refurb only. Others are okay with structural changes. So later in this video, when we talk about schedule of works and the risk, this is why your finance choice lives or dies on how scary your works look to an underwriter. If you want me to do a separate deep dive on just bridging versus refurb versus term finance, comment finance deep dive below so I know to make it. Chapter 3, how to be lender ready. So most investors do this backwards. They find a deal, they get excited, they book viewings, and then they start thinking about lenders. Pros do the opposite. They get lender ready first. Two pieces to this, documents and who to talk to. Documents you need lined up before you seriously go in on a refurb. Your offer or memorandum of sale, auction details, title pack, a proper schedule of works with cost, contractor quotes that are itemized, not one line that says refurb has 50K, a realistic project timeline, evidence of your exit, sale, refinance, rent with supporting numbers. Lenders don't lend to vibes, they lend to risk mitigated plans. The more questions you can answer in that first pack, the better the odds of getting you decent terms and a yes. Second piece, use a specialist. If you're doing refurbs and you're using a random high street broker who mostly does vanilla residential, you're playing on hard mode. Use a broker who lives in bridging and development. They'll know which lenders will touch structural works, who's actually fast right now, where your case fits and where it doesn't. Good packaging plus the right lender is the difference between a 7-day offer and getting ghosted for 3 weeks. Now, if you want a lender-ready checklist and a sample schedule of works you can copy, I put a free pack in the description. Download it and build your file while you watch. Chapter 4, how to cost it and not lie to yourself. Let's talk about the bit that makes or breaks you, the numbers. Most refurb horror stories come from one root cause, optimism on a spreadsheet. Here's the basic process. So step 1, get real quotes, 2 or 3 contractors minimum. Get itemized costs, labor, materials, extra. Build in some margin. If someone is way cheaper than everyone else, assume they've missed something and you'll pay for it later. Step 2, add a buffer. Works almost always go over. 10 to 20% contingency on your refurb budget is normal. If the deal only works when everything goes perfect, it's not a deal, it's a fantasy. Step 3, calculate your GDV, your gross development value. That's what the property should be worth when finished. Use sold comparables, not dreamy asking prices. Match bed count, style, and area as tightly as you can. Then use the simple profit formula. GDV minus purchase price plus refurb cost plus finance cost plus fees equals your profit. Example, purchase price 200k, refurb 50, finance and fees 20 grand, GDV 320. Now ask, is that enough profit for the risk, the stress, and the time? If not, you either lower your purchase price, tighten your refurb, or you walk away. Drop a comment and tell me what minimum profit and cost would you want on a refurb to feel comfortable? 15, 20%? More? I read them all. Chapter 5, and how not to get wiped out. Refurbs can be insanely profitable. They can also blow up if you're casual. Let's hit the big risks and how to avoid them. So risk 1, underestimating the cost. You forget scaffolding, VAT, building control, and contingency. Every line you skip is money you personally donate to the property. The fix, always add contingency and someone experienced to sanity check your budget. Risk 2, delays. Every extra month costs you finance, council tax, insurance, and opportunity. The fix, build in spare weeks. Don't book your refinance for the exact day works should finish. Risk 3, planning and building control. You start moving structural walls and the council says no. The fix, if you're touching structure or changing use, get an architect planner involved before you start ripping things out. Risk 4, builder disappears or underperforms. No contract, no stages, just pay me as we go. That's how projects stall. The fix, due diligence on contractors, written contracts, stage payments linked to work done. Risk 5, finance falls through. So you're halfway through, the exit lender decides they don't like something. The fix, get your exit strategy sense checked early and where possible, get an agreement in principle or a clear route before you buy. Risk 6, market moves against you. Price softens while you're still on site. The fix, don't do deals that only work at peak pricing. Have a backup plan to hold and rent if you can't sell. Chapter 6, your refurb roadmap. Right, let's stitch all of this together into a simple roadmap that you can follow. So step 1, hunt deals, use Rightmove, Zoopla, on the market, auctions, look for ugly or underused properties in decent areas. Step 2, estimate GDV early. Before you fall in love, look at sold comparables and talk to local agents. If the finished value doesn't make sense, stop. Step 3, talk to a specialist broker. Share the deal idea, your experience level, and your plan. What type of finance fits and what lenders want to see. Step 4, get contractor quotes. Walk the property with at least one builder. Get itemized quotes and build your schedule of works and budget. Step 5, build your lender-ready pack. Offer title, schedule of works, quotes, timeline, exit, evidence, your personal info. Put it all in one clean file. Step 6, submit to lenders early. Don't wait until you're 3 days from auction. Get terms and conditional offers where you can. Then bid, offer with confidence. Step 7, negotiate and complete. Use your numbers to justify your offer, lock in timelines, and then close finance and start the works. You're not trying to be clever, you're trying to be prepared, and that's what makes you look safe to lenders and dangerous to other bidders. Conclusion. Property refurbs in the UK can change your income if you treat them like a business, not a weekend hobby. Plan properly, cost honestly, make lenders comfortable, and you massively reduce the odds of getting wrecked. Now, if you want a free refurb checklist, a schedule of works template, and a simple analyzer to stress test your numbers, hit the first link in the description. Also subscribe if you want more step-by-step breakdowns like this, and tell me in the comments, what's the #1 thing still stressing you out about the refurb finance? I'll pick a few and turn them into future videos. Thanks for watching. Numbers first, emotion second. See you in the next one.